I hate you. Oh, hi friends, and welcome to Random Extra Vlog Sunday. Yay! It's not actually Sunday today, but it will be by the time you see this. Today's extra random vlog specialness, tea is in my Catherine de Medici Time Travel Society mug, which, always makes me happy, as it should. And I'm having an iced tea, raspberry balsamic lime something from Tivana. I know we all miss Tivana very, very much. And I happen to have a back stock of some of my favorites because I go through my tea very slowly. I am trying to get through my tea more often, and I shove it on my friends when they come over. But yeah, I have some delicious backstocks Tivana teas, and they still bring me joy. And when they all run out, I will be devastated. So today's video vlog, extra random content, is kind of about an event. So on Sunday, I am going to the Fort Nisqually. No, not Sunday, Saturday. On Saturday, I'm going to the Fort Nisqually Queen Victoria's birthday event. Fort Nisqually is at Point Defiance Park. Don't edit, don't edit, don't edit, don't edit. Not going to edit. We know why. Why don't we edit, people? Because it leaves time to make more mistakes. That's why. Is at Point Defiance Park in Tacoma, Washington. Point Defiance Park is a big, beautiful park that has lots of different flower gardens, different areas of the park, huge hiking trails. It's bordered by the water, and it also has a fort there. Now, I've learned a lot about the fort, but I don't remember a bunch of it, so I'm not going to try and list off all of the dates. I'm just going to give you a very simple, quick, broad overview. The fort was at a different location in Washington, and when that area was being developed, in order to preserve the fort, every piece of the fort was moved to Point Defiance Park in order to preserve it. So the fort was recreated with all of its original buildings, everything as a whole, at Point Defiance Park. And it is so fun to go and visit. For a small fee, you can go in. You can watch the blacksmiths work in their little blacksmith shop. You can, there's a bakery, or not bakery, kitchen. There's a kitchen that you can watch them, go in and watch them cook. They'll talk to you about how they cook and what they're making that day. They have a garden outside the kitchen that they use the produce to make a lot of their things. There is a home there. I feel like maybe it was the governor's home, or that doesn't seem right. It was a fort. Probably whoever was over the fort. But the home there has like some of the like original furniture and things, and you can go around and view the rooms that are filled with like the furniture and some of the clothing and stuff that would have been worn during that time. There's other things there. There's an orchard. They have children's games. There's a gift shop that is really fun to go shopping. And then throughout the year, they also have like demonstrations. They have special events. This is one of them, Queen Victoria's birthday. Now, if I'm remembering my dates right, back in 1852, the fort was going to celebrate Queen Victoria's birthday, except that it rained. Hello, we're in Washington. Big torrential downpour, and the birthday celebrations were canceled. And so they're doing a kind of a re-celebration. What would that celebration have looked like? Come rain or shine on Saturday, and there's historical interpreters who work there, who some work there, some volunteer there, who are dressed in 1850s clothing, and they are going to celebrate her birthday. There's going to be demonstrations. I think there's going to be a tea. There's going to be like all sorts of fun stuff. There's a carriage ride around the green, which I, of course, had to purchase because carriage ride around the green. So my thought, even though the fort is kind of set in the 1850s and the birthday celebration is from 1852, my 1850s clothing, also commonly called by historical customers as well, in America anyway, as the Civil War era of costuming, which is the giant hoop skirts, is very basic. I mean, drawstring skirts and ill-fitting tops, and it's just so costumey that I hate wearing it. Especially when I know now I can do better. Not a lot better, but I can do better. And so I was actually thinking of wearing my green 1840s dress, because though it may not be the big giant hoop skirts of the day, it's still really close and could look really nice swanning about the fort during the celebrations. One of the issues is I never put proper sleeves on this dress. Oh, that's a pin, and it hurt my finger. Stupid pin. Okay. So, as you can see, the skirt, I had sewn just these little sleeves onto the skirt. These are just leaving sleeves like this, not historically accurate. And I hemmed them with big, ugly hand stitches. I don't know if you can see my big, ugly hand stitches. I have big, ugly stitches because I have big, chunky fingers. Anyway, the pattern that this dress comes from is an Andrea Clayton pattern. She is a costumer who often goes into historical costuming but kind of makes it her own. So if you use any of her patterns, just keep that in mind and kind of do a little research yourself if you're wanting to go purely historical. If you're not, then her patterns are great. But she did go very historical for her 1840s pattern. She actually... What did I just inhale? Was it a bug? Please don't tell me it was a bug. I hope it wasn't a bug. I hate bugs. Now all I can think about is if I just ate a bug on camera. Okay, hopefully not. If you just saw me eat a bug, please forget that you just saw that. Anyway, the pattern has a few issues with it if you decide to make it. The one huge glaring issue is, for some reason, she has you put a bone in a boning channel in the very center of the bodice, and it causes it to like poof up. So you're wearing your dress, and your dress is going like this. So you're walking around, your dress is like sticking out and poofing up like this as you walk around. Can you see that? You see what my dress is doing? How it's like... And like I had friends coming up to me going, "What is that?" And I'm like, Like it's this bone, and when you sit down, it gets worse. When you sit down, this bone's like bleh, right up in your face. I don't see any reason for it. In fact, during the Victorian Festival, at the ice cream parlor, we borrowed a pair of scissors, and I actually cut open the fabric in the dress. She pulled the bone out, like cut the bone out, because yeah, does nothing for the dress. So I suggest leaving that bony channel completely out. If you're dead set on leaving it in, shorten it. Do not go all the way to the top. Shorten it by several inches. But I was saying, Andrea Clayton, she based this dress on several extant 1840s gowns. Now, they're basically for kind of a younger generation of young lady, and has kind of these short ruffles on the sleeves. Now, younger ladies could get away with like running around outside in like shorter sleeves and their décolletage not covered up during the day, but not full-grown women. So, going outside for a day event, I need sleeves. For the Victorian Festival, I actually wore a chemise out of a very thin, almost white, like this close, so close to being white, cotton wool. I never know how to pronounce fabrics. Thank you for trying to teach me how to pronounce more fabric. I don't think I did that right. I still don't understand how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's voile. I say voile in my head, so voile. Voile. Anyway, it's a very, very thin cotton that's fairly see-through. It's a very thin cotton wool and very soft that I made this chemise top for. And so I actually wore that because it has long sleeves underneath this. And then I had this pretty embroidered kind of little shawl scarf that I wore to just kind of cover up the sides where the sleeves meet the sleeves of that, and just kind of hide that part. But I prefer not to do that if I could. Now, the issue with the sleeves is if I wanted to do ruffles, I probably could. But if I want to do full sleeves, I don't have enough fabric. This is the biggest piece of fabric that is left. Like, this is the biggest chunk of fabric that's left. Everything else is like, I've got these long strips. I've got a few long strips of fabric. There's like two more of these. This is where I obviously hemmed it. And then got another one of those, another long strip. And then I've got a few like itty bitty little like cutoffs. And I saved all of the pieces that came off of this because I knew I'd want to do some kind of sleeves or something with the sleeves. And so I saved every single little piece. My friend, I went to the fabric store with my friend the other day, and she came up with an interesting thought. She said, what if you combined, like, what if you made like a white cotton long sleeve, and then you added in some of this like over it here and there. And I like that idea. I just don't know exactly how to do that and if that even look historical or what that would even look like. So I'm going to be experimenting with sleeves today, and see if I can make that work. Now, I'm not going to lie. I have a friend who may or may not be joining me. And if she does, she's going to wear this gorgeous 1860s outfit that she made that has this. Now, in the 1860s, the silhouette changed a little bit so that the big hoop skirt, the back of the hoop skirt kind of gets a little bit of a train. So it's rounded in the front and the sides, and then it kind of goes out in the back, kind of ovals in the back. And she made this beautiful 1860s farthingale is what there's farthingale is a term, hoop skirt, whatever you want to call it. And then this beautiful pink and cream plaid, or checked, I think checked is what it is, a skirt with a beautiful belt and this beautiful little blouse. And I just, oh, it's so pretty. And I look at that, and I look at my little 1840s dress that I did so awful on and has so many uhs. And I want a big poofy skirt. And so my brain, being my brain, with all the millions of things I have to sew, is like, what if we whip up, because I've never whipped up anything before in my life, even though I keep thinking I can. What if we whip up an 1850s skirt? You know, you have lots of pretty material. What if you whipped up an 1850s skirt? I mean, I have this 1850s pattern, and this 1850s pattern, and this 1850s pattern, and this 1850s pattern, and this 1850s pattern, not to mention a bunch of truly Victorian 1850s patterns upstairs. You know, what if you whipped up a skirt and whipped up a blouse of your own to go with it? And I'm like, yeah, that would be great. That would be so much fun. And you'd fit the time period that the event's actually doing a little better, and you'd look a little more like your friend. And what am I doing? Why do I do that to myself? Why do I think that I can just whip something up when it takes me forever to like finish a project? What is wrong with me? Why am I like this? Anyways, maybe it's because I ate a bug. So that's what I'm working on. I don't think I'm gonna like be showing me working on stuff, because as you can see, my table is a mess, and I'm gonna be like moving stuff around and clearing stuff out of the way to try to get some sewing done. I don't know where in the world I would even film from, and I don't know. I sometimes find watching people sew in videos boring. It's more like I kind of want it to be like, so I'm going to do this. Okay, so I did that, and this is what it looks like. Oops. So unless I'm trying to like learn a new thing, I don't particularly like watching other people sew. I don't know. That's just me. But, you know, this is my vlog, so. So the next time you see me, I should be doing a thing with this dress. This dress should have sleeves of some kind, better sleeves. That's what I've decided on. Almost certainly. I've almost certainly decided it's going to be this dress, and it's going to be new sleeves. That's almost certainly what I've decided. Psst. About 10 minutes after I made that video, that vlog, I decided not to fix the sleeves on my 1840s green dress. I decided instead to pull out my old 1850s green and white check caroling skirt, and fix the waistband on it, and fix a couple of other things, and throw together a completely different outfit to wear. So that's what I wore. I wore my green and white check um, 18, like late 1850s, green and white check caroling skirt, with a matching little capelet, which came off halfway through the day because it was a very warm day. And I wore it as an apron the second half of the day, and a white blouse with bishop sleeves, and a bonnet and a parasol, and it worked out really well, I think. I didn't do a ton of filming and pictures because the fort, I mean, at least for me, when I'm in a historical place, I mean, part of me wants to take tons of pictures and film, but also part of me just feels like it's so out of place that I don't want to do it. So I didn't get a ton, not as much as I would have liked, but I did get some, and here it is. It starts off with the most adorable older man asking me and my friend if we want to go to Denny's with him.
For Sammy.
Can you go to Denny's with me? Will they let you in?
Well, they may not. I don't think we'd fit under a table.
Yeah. Wouldn't fit in the booths.
We made the beautiful dresses there.
Oh, we made them ourselves.
We did. Oh, I'm losing my hat. What's going to happen? I felt it going. I know, and we're both like, oh, corsets.
Oh, where's the boy to help us?
I know, where's my boy?
Bo.
I keep meaning to put loops, like little loops up here inside that I can put bobby pins in.
Oh, yeah. You should do that.
Yeah.
With a thread bar.
Okay. Will you do a thing with me for 2 seconds?
Sure.
I want a pretty background, but I don't want to be in full sunlight, which is kind of...
How about where that lady is standing?
Yeah, but I don't want to get too close to people so they don't laugh at me.
Oh.
Okay. Let's do it right here.
All right.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Come stand next to me. Okay, ready?
Are we taking a selfie?
No, we're taking a video.
Oh.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
This is my friend Melinda, and we are here at the beautiful Fort Nisqually at Queen Victoria's birthday, and we are having so much fun. And we are, we had a carriage ride around the green, and we are going to go to tea, and we just finished shopping, and we saw the blacksmiths, and we went to the kitchen, and we went to the granary, and we went to the little shop that isn't a shop but was a shop, and we saw guns. What guns did we see?
We saw flintlocks and some rifles and some pistols.
Yes, she knows about the guns. I don't know about the guns. And we saw a garden, and there's chickens somewhere, and there's bagpipes, and there's a beautiful house, and there's amazing people in costume, and it's amazing, wonderful, and wish you were here. Bye! Hi, friends. Okay, so this has been a very convoluted, very weird, very patching it all together vlog about going to this event, and I apologize that the whole first, I don't know, 15-20 minutes of it are about how I was going to fix my green dress, and then I didn't end up doing it at all. But my adorable friend was going to wear her 1860s dress, and I was like, I want to wear a big hoop skirt too. So that's what I ended up doing. I'm sorry, my makeup looks awful because I was dressed up a lot cuter earlier today because I went to see The Little Mermaid. and I was all dressed up to go see it. And I have opinions. My number one top opinion is that, what's her name? Is it Halle Bailey? Halle Bailey, who plays the Little Mermaid, has the most beautiful voice. Like, when she started singing her first song, I just started crying. Like, I started crying. It makes me cry now. Just so clear and perfect and beautiful, and my makeup is ugh. I mean, you'd think I'd check it before a video. Nope. So, anyway, I was disappointed in a few things. If you're hoping to see the super cute chef song with, you know, Sebastian and the chef chasing him around the kitchen, nope, it's been cut. Ariel wears like one dress through like the whole 3 days she's trying to get the prince to kiss her, and it's a light blue cottagecore. It's like 1840s meets cottagecore, and it looks a lot to me like the kind of cottagecore dress that Cinderella wears in the live action Cinderella. So I was kind of like, Disney, do you know about cosplayers and how we love our big ball gowns and stuff? Have you seen the Little Mermaid animated that you made, Disney? Do you know about the big pink ball gown, Disney? Hello, is anyone alive in there? Okay, I'm not here to talk about the Little Mermaid. Sorry. Eric has a new song though. Oh, I love it. Love it. Oh, Eric. I was never a big Eric fan. Loved the Little Mermaid so much, but Eric was never like my prince. But this Eric with this song, y'all. Okay, so went to this fantastic event. It was amazing. Fort Nisqually is awesome. All the history was amazing. Me and my friend Melinda just glided about in our 1850s and 1860s skirts. Turns out, so the fort celebration was celebrating Queen Victoria's birthday in 1852. The fort itself is set in 1855, kind of like general fort life. So when you go there, the year it's basically set in is like 1855. And something we found out from one of the historical interpreters there is that the big hoop skirts didn't get to that area, like the women were not wearing it in that area until like 1858, 59, like almost turning into 1860, which was kind of a surprise to hear because it's a fort near many ports, so newer fashions and whatnot you'd think would come into the fort or into the ports, but this was all newer territory. They weren't going to be as worried about the newest fashions coming all the way, you know, from basically the other side of the world, you know, from England and France and all of that. So, not to mention that the iron cage bustle, which was the first real creation or not bustle, sorry, the iron cage crinoline that was built was patented in 1856. I don't know if you know that. Does not mean that there were not cage crinolines before that. It just means that some real smart person who created, you know, their version of the iron cage crinoline went and had it patented and said, okay, this is going to be a thing that is like a fashion that is happening. I'm going to patent this. But that was 1856, which means it wouldn't have been happening too much before then, just a few years before then. So I used to always envision that was happening like 1850s, all of them. Turns out it's more like mid-1850s and on that it was happening. A little bit of history that I found out, sharing with you. We got to do lots of fun activities. We made Tussie Mussies, which are these little nosegays, which are little flower arrangements that the ladies would carry with them or pin to them. Or there were little holders that you could put in, like to a little chatelaine that would attach to like a necklace. So that when you walk around in the streets, because horses just defecated in the streets, people were throwing their stuff out into the streets, you had this little bouquet that you could smell and hold up to your nose to kind of keep all that gucky smell away from you. And we learned about what different flowers and different plants that you could put in your little Tussie Mussie, what they meant. So, you know, if you're a gentleman caller, wanted to take you for a walk and he presented you with a Tussie Mussie with, you know, certain things in it, he might be giving you a secret message. They had decoupage little boxes that they were making that you could put your calling cards in for when your friends or your gentleman callers came to call. We learned how to make shortbread, this super easy shortbread recipe that even I might be able to make. I'm going to try to make it this week. I am terrified. I will let you know how it goes. But, because everything I burned Jell-O. I have burned Jell-O. I'm just saying. But when I ate it, when I tried it, it was delicious. And I talked to the cooks in the kitchen there, and they were sharing their secrets for making it like go real smooth. So I'm excited to try that. We learned about the rifles. We got to sit down and learn a little bit about tea settings in the 1850s during like the ladies of the fort and how they'd come and they'd visit. And it was like the big thing they got to do when they come to the fort with their husbands. Their husbands would be there to like trade and to shop for needed items. And that's when the women would get to visit with the other women. That's like one of the rare times they'd get to really see all the women together. It, you know, before like towns were really established, was when everyone came to the fort. Anyway, it was super cool. Best part was we got to go on this carriage ride around the green with the most beautiful horses pulling the carriage. I can't remember their names, but they were sisters. And I just felt like lovely ladies just going around the green space in the orchard. And it was so fun. I am not wearing blush today. I purposely wanted to show you I'm not wearing blush. I had 70 SPF sunscreen on my face. I was wearing a bonnet and had a parasol. And I am burnt across here, across my nose and my cheeks. Welcome to being a redhead. So that was an amazing, awesome, wonderful day. And I can't wait for my next super fun event that's coming up. I hope you enjoyed me kind of sharing my event with you. My video taking was very sporadic because I was just really enjoying the event so much that it felt odd, especially in that historical setting, to like take out my video. Maybe if I was dressed in like jeans and t-shirts like a lot of the people were, but because we were also dressed up historically, I tried to be more discreet in when I pulled out my phone to do things, because the interpreters, you don't see them with anything modern. And a lot of the interpreters, like, it was so fun. Ladies were sitting out doing embroidery work or spinning, or, you know, and the blacksmiths were working, and there were even little boys like doing the big metal hoop in the yard. And we had the little stickers. They put a big sticker on you that shows that, you know, you've paid to get in, but also they want to make sure that when you dress up and you come, that you have a sticker on you so people know that you don't work there. Because they don't want, you know, you answering questions that you haven't been trained on, or, you know, making sure you're not giving bad history, which I totally totally get. I'll be posting more pictures and stuff this week because I did get some lovely pictures, especially of my friend. And I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you'd like to see more like event stuff for my Sunday videos. I don't do them all the time. I just do them when it tickles my fancy. So let me know if it tickled yours. That didn't come out right, but and maybe I'll do some more in the future. Okay, bye. Bye, friends. Bye.